Seen with the way my life has taken place from my birth and the things, many things that went that point to the fact that I should not be alive right now. I faced death 4 times.
I'm really like sort of blown away by the power of this story. That is so powerful. That is so
Yes.
powerful. You see?
Amen.
All right. So, is that how you got to England?
So I got to England by, like I said to you, I was adopted. My beautiful, wonderful mother took me in, but somewhere in the 80s, late 80s, there was a war in Uganda with Amini. So she left the country as a refugee. And eventually she brought me here. Eventually she sent for me and she brought me to UK as well. But it wasn't straight away, it was after some years.
When you share this story to people, to other people who listens to you with key interest, what did they tell you? I mean, what is the reaction of the people to this powerful story that you share?
I mean, obviously, yeah, they're definitely always blown away. And again, they're always blown away because we as humans, we seem to think that there is accidents in the world. We think that this happened because it was an accident. This happened because it was coincidence. So I think they are blown away because they feel they begin to see that there was no future for that child. And now look. So the reality is, even though the child came in a way that it shouldn't have, there is purpose to being born, and there is purpose to being alive. And there is purpose to why you're brought into this world. So yeah, definitely it always blows away people's mind. It always blows me away personally. So yeah.
All right. Ruth, now, what is your message in this book that you have written? First, tell me, why did you decide to write this powerful book about your life?
So my book, honestly, again, I keep saying to you, I'm a Christian. I'm a born again Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I try to do what I'm told. And I think, having seen the way my life has taken place from my birth and the things, many things I went through, that point to the fact that I should not be alive right now. I faced death 4 times. And I survived. So when it came to 2020, when there was a lockdown all over the world, and there was a lockdown in Uganda, I really felt in my heart the Lord said to me to sit down and use that opportunity to write the book. And I had never considered myself to be an author or anything like that, but I felt that was my moment to do this. So I sat down during that time of 2020, 2021, and I began to put just began to write and write and write and write. So that's how, it came out of it. And by 2020 to 2023, I met some fantastic people who were willing to do editing, were willing to help in different ways. And it all went together, and that's how I managed to be able to self-publish the book this year.
All right. In chapter 1 of the book, your title is there anything too hard for me? That is a powerful question, and that is where it all begins. Tell me, what do you mean by that?
So I think chapter 1 again talks about this very story I've talked to you about, but it talks about it in even more detail. And I think each chapter of this book, really there's a big message behind for it. And the person saying, is there anything too hard for me, is God. Is there anything that I can't do? And when you hear this story, the doctor's diagnosis was the baby is not going to be able to be born. The woman is not going to give birth. So the diagnosis was already set by man that either one of they both should die. And for somebody to give birth in the middle of a hat on the floor and give birth normally is a miracle. And that's where God says there's nothing too hard for him. There's nothing that he can't do. And he will supersede whatever human diagnosis is. He will supersede that. And that's what came out. My birth mother died, I think I was about 2 years old. I wasn't allowed to bury, but I believe I was 2 years old. So she didn't die out of childbirth. She didn't even die out of complications of childbirth. She died afterwards as in natural death. And again, even after I was born, people knew that I wasn't going to be okay, that my mind wasn't going to be okay, that I wasn't going to grow up into a proper, into the person that I am. And again, God turned that around and made it to what he wanted it to be. So I think that's why the whole chapter talks about, is there anything too hard for me? And that's what it's all about.
All right. The people have predicted something, but that is not what happened at the end of the day. So I really like that very well. That is very powerful. Now, how are you? Let me just ask the question like that. Looking at what the people has projected of what they thought it was going to be based on their limited information, how do you feel today?
Oh, I'm very fine. I am more blessed than anything else. I've been given opportunities that I normally wouldn't have. Like I said, I was raised in the UK. I've been given education that I probably wouldn't have had in Uganda. God has used my life in every way possible. And people are being set free. People are being inspired by my life. So I am very, very, very blessed. Very blessed.
Okay. Now, if you look at this book in total, look at the entire book. There are 12 chapters in the book. The last one is Faith is Tested.
Yes.
When you look at this entire book, what will be the central message that you are trying to pass to the people? Because like I said, this is a powerful story that you are telling. What is your central message?
So my central message is twofold. Number one, nothing in you go through is a mistake. Everything will be used. And therefore my central message is almost for people to realize there is a purpose for every single person breathing on planet Earth. There is a purpose. There is a purpose for everybody, that for whatever, there is something that you were created to do on this earth. And I think that is my main message of this book, is that there is a purpose for us. We were all created for a reason, and there's a reason why we live, we breathe, we move. And yes, there are things we go through on that journey that come to shake us, that come to move us, that come to take us off course, but they shouldn't take us off course.